Shansuking Designer Diner. Today, we are in the heart of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. You can see behind me the White House with the Washington Monument right behind. It's a special episode and series specifically. I'm going to be bringing you a bunch of places and spaces from an event focused on Thai cultural and traditions and foods to places of museums and also parks. So stay tuned and follow through. Let's go. This is the White House that sits right a little bit north in the center of the mall, the National Mall. So you can see here, it's a big tourist destination. It's a must come and a must see if you're in DC. See all these people taking photos and just kind of checking out what goes on here in the nation's capital. One thing I want to note about Washington, D.C., when you're in the financial district, Golden Triangle they call it, there's so many civic spaces here. You'll notice that the sidewalks are so wide and it's really focused on the pedestrians. A lot of the trees line up many of these spaces, and they, in the summer and the spring, they become very lush, giving you that shade when you're walking to cool you off a little bit. Have you ever been to the Louvre in Paris? Well, if you haven't, there's a miniature size of that by the same architect, I.M. Take a look behind me. We're at the National Gallery of Art. There's the East Wing and the West Wing. Get these little pyramids, very similar to the Louvre. Bonjour. Another one of my favorite spaces here in Washington, D.C. is the National Portrait Gallery. It's actually a square building with the center cut out. We're pretty much sitting here right now in the Kogod Courtyard. Awesome space, very quiet and very cool to kind of accommodate these tropical plants that you see. They're doing so well. And it's also a great place to kind of learn the different, plant species that grow in the tropical climate. Another cool feature of this space is the water feature, kind of giving you that white noise, quieting it down a little bit. There's also a little cafe that attaches to the courtyard where you can grab a coffee, a little pastry, come out and really enjoy it, catch up with some friends. Beautiful. So one of my favorite spaces to check out here is the DC Public Library. The building was designed by Mies van der Rohe, which was recently completed and renovated by Mekanu, a Dutch architecture firm. But what's really the star of the space is this roof deck that they have. Is completely publicly accessible, has a really cool prism-shaped planters that has native species here. So a lot of educational opportunities if you're interested in plants, and also just a good spot to enjoy some beautiful views of DC.
Lastly, one of my favorite spaces in Washington, D.C. is City Center, a very well-designed mixed-use development that surrounds a central plaza space with water features and plenty of bistro seatings for the restaurants in the area. The streetscape here is lush and wide, lined by luxurious shops. Even though the shops on the site are high-end, it doesn't feel like you have to buy a $30,000 handbag to be here. There's plenty of seating, and also a bonus is the green infrastructure incorporated into the design, including rain gardens within the streetscape. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next episode, as it was a treat to dine at Crane's, a one-of-a-kind Spanish kaiseki that happens to have a Michelin star.